Why do people go through that? Because they're going to the noun floor.
Dude, the best thing was Giant on top. He had like 3 mattresses off.
Ready? It's an honor and a privilege to be here with Mr. Papale.
Oh, you're doing a commentary here. Oh, all right. Hey, go Eagles. All right, what's your name?
Jim Brown.
All right, Jim Brown. Oh, Jim Brown. You don't look like Jim Brown.
No.
There he is, the original Jim Brown. All right, Merry Christmas. Nice. Come on, guys.
Honored to be here. Oh, great to have you been here. Oh, there we go. I'm smiling at the camera. There you go. Nice head. All right. I get that sometimes.
My name is Big Daddy Graham from WIP. I'm also from Mulligan Hill, New Jersey, but don't hold that against me, okay? There's going to be, not only going to see a great movie tonight, after the movie there's going to be a question and answer period, so you really want to hang around for that. I want to thank everybody here tonight who also bought my book. I want to introduce some of the VIPs we have in the audience. First, I gotta thank the Slack family who, without them, this theater wouldn't even exist. So please, this is an amazing theater. Look at that. Hello up there. Balcony and everything. Vinny the Crumb is here from WYSP. Nice to see Vinny drop by, as always. Diane Heary will also be a part of the panel afterwards. It was Diane Heary and her great casting agency who put together so many of the neat faces that you're going to see in this film tonight. She's here. Pat McDade, who plays Turk in the movie, is also here tonight. Very funny man that you should all be extremely proud of because he's from Pitman, New Jersey. Jimmy Graham is here tonight.
All right, Jim.
The round man of comedy, Jimmy Graham. Very funny guy. You should be very proud. And you're not going to believe this, but he has yet to see the movie from beginning to end with an audience. And so we should all be honored that this is happening here tonight. Vince Papale, of course, is also here. If you're watching the film. Ray Dininger will also be up on the stage afterwards, all right? So, hey, enjoy your popcorn and your pretzels. It's going to be a great time. It's a great movie. I'll talk to you afterwards. Everybody enjoy yourselves very much. Thank you.
All right.
Vince Papale, everybody, come on. Vince Papale, everybody. As we said earlier, there's going to be a Q&A after the show, so let's bring up some of the other VIP. A gentleman who is in the National Football League Hall of Fame, Ray Dininger, is with us here tonight. Walking right up the aisle, St. James High School, my man Ray. Ray Dininger, everybody. You see him every Sunday. Good to see you, Ray. Don't forget, I will take this opportunity where I'm up here to remind everybody the amazing work they've done with this theater. Gypsy's open. And Chuck and Jason are going to be floating around the audience now with microphones.
Yeah, thanks, Big Daddy, and everybody that's here. As unaccustomed as I am speaking in front of a microphone. First of all, I'd like to thank Pete and his family for having this great event tonight. This is so extraordinary. Of course, I'd be remiss without saying hi and a great thank you, and I love you guys, my friends at Dunhours right out here, and their family. And I'd like to introduce, if I could, to you the real Janet Cantwell. There she is, my beautiful wife, standing right there. And right up here in the balcony, there's a couple of the kids who were in the movie. There's Thomas and Brian. And we were thankful that we were able to steal it from Warner Brothers and everybody up here that just made it so special. But you know what really made it special is you. And I've been on a 31. I'll be in Tucson on Monday. That'll be the 31st city I've visited since Labor Day. Going out, talking about Invincible, talking about the dream, talking about overcoming odds, talking about underdogs and all those kinds of things. And as I keep reminding people, Invincible is not my story. Invincible's your story. Invincible's Pete's story. Just taking over the Broadway here, how many people just doubted that, you know, were you crazy? Well, look at what he's got here, you know. I mean, that's what Invincible's about. It's overcoming wrong resume, wrong pedigree, wrong neighborhood. But here we are. Everybody in this room is invincible. And that's what the movie's about, and it's dedicated to you. And I'm just so proud and honored and thrilled and humbled that you came out today and tonight we're a part of this. Thank you so much. I'll never forget tonight. This is just very, very special. So, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow, that was great.
And everybody up here that made the movie so special. I was on the set every day. And then to see it for the first time, it was really weird. Because, first of all, it was like a kaleidoscope or a collage being put together. And I wanted everybody to like it. And it was tough for me to watch it, you know, because I couldn't separate myself from the movie. And then eventually, I got like a third-party situation.
It may seem like a smaller part, but, you know, when you watch a movie and you're watching Philly, you know those small parts got to be exactly right. So, Diane, why don't you talk a little bit about how you casted these parts?
About the Eagles, I knew when we had an open call looking for parts in the film and for extras, we were going to have thousands of people show up. And Disney was nice enough. I said, hey, look, I really would like the link to do the open call. And they didn't laugh. And they couldn't get it, though. But so Jimmy showed up at the open call, and I mean, I think we got 3 of the roles from the film out of that 4,000 people, of the speaking parts. And then, I mean, we needed over 10,000 extras, as you can see, filling the stands and all that stuff. Philadelphia, where that kind of thing came together. But
It's a big time movie like this.
Well, I'll tell you, it was something that I've never done, and I'll tell you what, it was such an experience. It was so cool to be there and to be a part of, you know, Vince. I remember being a kid. My grandfather was. I remember this. This was great. It was so much fun, but it was so exciting because it was all different. There were so many people involved. I can't believe how many people there are making a movie. And there really was a lot of, and everybody was so cool. It was a lot of fun. I got a great experience, and if this is the only movie I've ever in, I'm just glad it was this one, because it was awesome.
Have you ever experienced anything like this, not just within Philadelphia, but I mean even nationally? This is just such an incredible story. Is there anything that even remotely compares to this?
Vince's story? Yeah. Against each other in youth football. Little did we realize, he played for the Glen Olden Boys Club, I played for the Folsom Boys Club. He was much better than me, obviously. But little did we realize that our lives were going to cross again all these years later. When I was covering the Eagles for the Philadelphia Bulletin, and Vince was the rookie free agent in 1976. And the one thing you should probably know, those of you that don't know everything about Vince's story, there are some changes in the film. There are some things in the film that aren't exactly as they happen. One thing you should know about Vince, number one, is he wasn't quite the football neophyte that the picture would have you suggest. Before he came to the Eagles training camp, he had actually played, was it 1 or 2 seasons with Aston, Vince?
World Football League, year and a half.
Well, and with Aston, 1 year before that.
1 year semi-pro.
So Vince had played a year of semi-pro football with the Aston Knights, which is a good brand of football. I mean, Joe Klecko and some good players played there. Then he played in the World Football League for the Philadelphia Bell for a year and a half. Then the next year, signed with the Eagles. And in that preseason in 1976, which I didn't realize until I went back and did a little research, Vince was actually the leading receiver on the team in that preseason. He caught more passes than Carmichael or any of those guys in the preseason, in addition to playing great on special teams. So to those of us that were covering the team, when it came down to the final cut, we all were pretty sure Vince was going to make it. It would have been a real surprise to us if he had not. But when you factor in where he had come from, what he had overcome, it was a remarkable story. And I've told Vince this before, when he made the team, the day he made the team, and it was for sure he was on the roster, they were having practice, and they were practicing on the field, and there were a group of us, 5 or 6 reporters and a couple of the team's executives standing on the sideline watching practice. And Vince ran by, and I pointed to him and I said, someday they're going to make a movie out of this. and everybody laughed. And I said, I'm serious. And then for the rest of that season, we had a little game where we cast.
By the way, let me remind everybody, I'm sure you see Ray Dininger every Sunday with Governor Ed Rendell with the post-game Eagles show. And we have another question out there, Jason. Yes?
On playground duty with Jeannie Iwi at
Yes, but my budget just doubled.
Yes, Jason.
Ian Ramon, Mickey Spallone, I mean, some real animals. These guys are just complete nuts. But I don't do it anymore. The most I do is I have catches with Mini Vinny up there, you know, that's about as good as it gets. And Gabriella, you know, if you notice that in the playground scene, Gabriella was the quarterback and Vinny was a kid that ran in front of Mark's car. So that's the extent of my football right now.
Did you have much technical input on the movie?
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking of specifically is when you ripped up your apartment. Did that really happen?
Well, that letter actually got ripped right up at that moment, but it really was written. And but I did have a lot of input with the movie, especially I don't know if these guys know it, but when it was being conceived and we realized it was going to be red lit, and it got the green light, which meant we were going to film it. And I spent a lot of time with wardrobe, I spent a lot of time with props and set direction and everything else, and went through a whole bunch of tapes, bought pictures and a lot of things. So just a lot of nuances, and had a big part with the development of the script early on when they decided to write a script, which was about 3 years ago.
You see that story, and maybe 30, 35 years now, another story like that will appear, but I don't think so. That was a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I was just really glad to live through it. I thank you for that.
I appreciate
and I'm sure all the fans here thank you for that.